What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got a real good video for y'all for entertainment purposes only. But I ain't gonna do a lot of talking and just run it.
I found out how this TV show can predict the future, and trust me, the truth is scary. Are they Mason? Is it magic? Or maybe it's just a TV show? What do you think? The writers and producers of this TV show use a technology called the Yellow Cube. The Yellow Cubes allow people to see into the future. This is advanced technology that we know nothing about. The people that control this world always got to give you hints and messages about what's really going on. It's the reason why they made these characters yellow. They made the characters yellow because they're trying to give us hints about the Yellow Cube that they are really using. It's more like time traveling. The Yellow Cube allows you to see 10 years into the future. You can't go to the future. You can only see the future from your present moment. The Yellow Cube works like Project Looking Glass. You can look through the glass and see what's going on before it even takes place. This is why they have this glass dome surrounding this planet. The glass dome is really Project Looking Glass. You can see through the glass, but you can't go through the glass. But these writers and producers are not doing nothing special because we are all time travelers. We can all see our future. Always remember the color yellow. It represents the sun. We all have a sun inside of our body. Once we open up our chakra and our solar plex, we can see our own future. It's called the solar plex for a reason because our soul vibrates. Our solar plex is connected to the sun. You wonder why they're trying to block the sun out, right? If they block the sun out, they block all of our solar plexus. Remember, your solar plex chakra is really the sun inside of your stomach. And this is the same reason why they always give us junk food. If they give us junk food, it actually kills the sun inside of our solar plexus. A lot of people are walking around with stomach pain and they don't even realize what's really going on. These junk food is actually killing the sun inside of your body. Therefore, you cannot connect with your future self. By the way, did you know that aliens is nothing but a future version of yourself coming back to try to help you? It's all connected to the solar plex. These people are not doing nothing special. They just understand how the physical body works, understand how the future works, how the past and how the present works. So while we are distracted by things that don't mean nothing, this is what's really going on. They are predicting and controlling our future because we forgot that we can see our own destiny. This is the same reason why it be so many solar storms and solar flares and no one can feel it. You can't feel it because your solar plex is not activated. Have you ever wondered why these characters are really yellow? Why is gold yellow? Why our sun or our solar plex is yellow? It's the reason why people are stressed in the world. If you are stressed, sick, and depressed, it actually puts out the light or your sun inside of your body. Once we learn how to activate this solar plexus in our body, we can see what's going to happen to us before it even happens. We can see the future because we are everything. Check out the ebook. The link is in the bio.
Level of secrecy and secret facilities and the capabilities of our nationally kept secrets would shatter most people's imagination of what is possible.
Are you aware of what happened to the Yellow Cube and how it was used and so on?
I believe that the Yellow Cube still exists.
Okay, well that coincides with the testimony we got.
The Yellow Cube or the Yellow Book would give you your possible future.
Yes.
So it took basically the choices that you would inherently make along a timeline and tell you what that timeline would be given that you made all the choices that your brain would make.
Well, this is exactly what I was just going to ask you. What we were told is that leaders of governments and so on, people in high places, politically, would use this to try to see their most optimum future and then follow those. So they were using it to enhance their wealth, et cetera, in a very egotistical way.
All of this information that is currently held secret and classified is actually real. People, very smart people, began to figure out that something big was coming up. Something that made it so all the possibilities of all the future scenarios of any choice, any possibility that was fed in and observed through the looking glass inherently ended up in the same future. And no decision, no possibility changed past a certain point. That's the big secret.
Okay, so is that certain 2012 in your understanding?
It well coincides with December 21st, 2012.
So at that point, all possibilities lead to the same
timelines.
All
possible timelines lead to the same basic set of history in the future.
And what is that history to you? Did you know that, or did you find that out?
That is the big question. That is the big secret. That is what sends everybody that has all of the information, that knows everything, into a blind panic. The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game, and nothing could be manipulated beyond that point.
So do you think that's held true? In other words, well, I have about 60 questions, but do you think that's true, or holding true, that nothing could be manipulated, that they haven't found a way to manipulate, that that's still the case? I mean, this is knowledge that you would have gained back when?
Back when I was in the military, it would have been before 97 when I got in trouble. And it was things that one of my particular areas that I was amazingly intuitive about is problem solving / mission planning, or more specifically, taking a bad mission and fixing it, getting everybody through and out of it.
Troubleshooting an optimum future.
Exactly. Certainly knowing how string theory and possible futures works makes it so you can work your mind very quickly.
Having possession of the yellow cube will be a game changer. If someone or something got possession of it now, I'm sure the game has already changed for them. That's probably why all the rest of us feeling like we out of place.
Here are some morbidly wholesome facts about Stephen Hawking. When Stephen was diagnosed with ALS in 1963, doctors said he had about 2.5 years to live. Fortunately, the disease progressed much slower than doctors expected, and Hawking lived to the age of 76 before dying in 2018. He's believed to be the longest living person ever with ALS at 55 years since diagnosis. Stephen's wife Jane was once given the option to take him off life support when he was placed in a medically induced coma, but she refused, and upon recovering, he finished writing A Brief History of Time. During an interview with Stephen, the cameraman yanked a cable that set off an alarm, and Hawking suddenly slumped forward. Worried they just killed him, everyone rushed over to Hawking to find him giggling at his own joke. The alarm was from an office computer losing power. The ashes of Stephen Hawking were buried between the graves of Isaac Newton and Charles Darwin in a section of Westminster Abbey known as the Scientist's Corner. As a final tribute during the burial, the European Space Agency beamed recordings of Hawking's voice to the nearest black hole.
This is a true story about a couple who were abducted by aliens. Sounds like a movie, right? Well, let's get into it. Betty and Barney Hill were an interracial couple. They reported experiencing a series of strange events while driving home from a vacation in Niagara Falls. Now, they claimed to observe a bright light in the sky seem to follow their car, and as they continued driving, they realized that the object was not a conventional aircraft, but it appeared to be hovering above them. According to their accounts, and these are facts, they eventually stopped the car and observed humanoid figures inside the craft. They described the beings as humanoid, with grayish skin, large eyes, and wearing glossy black uniforms. Now, the next thing they remembered was being in the back of their car a significant time later with no memory of the time that had passed. Over time, through hypnosis sessions conducted separately, Betty and Barney Hill provided more details about their alleged abduction. They claimed that they were taken aboard the UFO, where medical examinations were performed on them. The beings communicated with them telepathically, and the couple experienced a period of missing time. Now, this case gained widespread attention and was heard all over the world, and it allowed to popularize the concept of alien abductions. Think of the films we have today. However, it is important to note that the evidence of the abduction is largely based on the Hills' recollections under hypnosis, which is a controversial method due to the potential for creating false memories. Now, skeptics argue to this day that their experiences may have been influenced by a variety of factors. But while Betty and Barney Hill abduction remains a prominent case in UFO lore and history, it's ultimately difficult to verify the accuracy of their accounts. What do you think about the Betty and Barney Hill story?
Barney looked like Gilly, and that's like the first abduction story or something like that. But that's pretty crazy for them to be bringing up aliens back then and be interracial couples when that wasn't even allowed.
It's an Incredibles theory that I never really realized when Mr. Incredible was fighting the first robot, the one in the blue, when he was in the blue.
Yeah. No, the big
His
robot
first
with the
boss,
arms.
Yeah, his first boss. You know that robot was never for him to defeat?
Who's it for?
It was actually for Frozone.
Wait, why?
You know the girl was stalking Mr. and Miss Incredibles.
Yeah, like the white hair girl.
Yeah, that's what we all thought. But the whole time they were actually stalking Frozone because there's a clip in the movie where they were sitting in the car and they're stalking. She's stalking him. She's like, "Oh, he's still with this fat guy." He didn't know Mr. Incredibles was a hero. Where did the robot drag Mr. Incredibles to?
The lava. Yeah.
Frozone would have got packed if he was beside the lava because he's what? Ice.
Yeah.
So that's why they meant like, okay, we're gonna drag the ice guy into the volcano.
Oh shit.
And then there's another hint. Mr. Incredibles goes into that big screen and looks up the details like who's being stalked.
Yeah.
It says Mr. Incredible, unknown location.
Oh,
Mr.
so they
Incredible,
didn't find him
unknown
yet.
location. And then the last one, Frozone, known location. So they were tracking Frozone to get him killed, not them.
Yo, this is why they want to get rid of Prince. Check this out. He's speaking some
We
truth.
as people,
Listen.
because we have to answer to a 9 to 5 or answer to a boss or whatever, man didn't come to earth like that. Man came to earth for recreation, which means recreation, and to recreate love, and you can't do that when you're constantly angry and you're constantly being held back. Well, I'm finding after studying my music now for the past 3 or 4 years that when one completely listens to one's inspiration and inner voice, you will create things out of it that will lead you towards enlightenment.
So do you think Prince was speaking facts or what? I think he was. Peace, get woke, and keep rising.
Prince was pretty woke. He spoke about a lot of things. You think he knew something that we didn't?
More action going on in the world, my people. You hear him? How the sky become pink. This video was sent to me by my boy who lives in Chamberburg, Pennsylvania. He noticed this while he took the video as he was leaving the county, and his son in the background asking, "How is the sky pink?" Yeah, I want to know, how is the sky pink too? What is going on, y'all? Y'all see that? This is amazing. This was sent to me from Arizona. Y'all see the lightsaber? The sun is cutting through it. But fiery orange. Look at that, y'all. It's like a lemon. This right here was taken in California. Another fiery red sunset. And the clouds, all those colors back there. Look at that. Look at that. He said it's not normal. It is. Check it out. Wow, look at all those clouds. I don't remember where this is at, but you can clearly see this bright white sun here, and then there's a orb right next to it. It's not no lens flare. That is not no lens flare. You can clearly see there is an orb next to the sun. It's a green orb. See? Here's the lens flare right there. That's the lens flare. But what is that next to the sun? This green orb. What is that? Also, lately people have been seeing a lot of X's in the skies. Check this out. Here is another one. Here goes another one. Here we go over here. Y'all see that? Check this out over here. X, another X, and this is about to be another X. X marks the spot. Here we go over here. These are different areas. Y'all see that? Y'all see the blue lightsaber coming out of the sun? It's like it's cutting out. See? It goes more X's, more X's. Here's another angle of this right here, y'all. That's another angle. Here goes another one. I believe this one was in Alabama. This was in Alabama. Just sent to me by Alabama. But what's going on with all the X's? And here we go again, another pink in the sky. And I believe this is in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. Someone sent me this from Tennessee. But what is up with all the pink being in the sky? The fuchsia, whatever you want to call it, y'all. Does anybody know what's going on with it? So as you see, y'all, all these beautiful, interesting pictures in these videos, and it's going to get a lot more interesting. So thank you to everyone that is sharing the videos and the pictures with me in order to share with the world. I am so grateful. That being said, keep sending me these videos and these pictures so I can keep sharing them with the world, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let people know what's going on with the world. We gotta show the world what's going on. So this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times because no one else is talking about it. NASA's not saying anything. The news media is not saying anything about this. No one else is talking about it. So we have to be the ears of the streets. We have to be the ears of the world, y'all. The eyes and ears. So thank y'all to everybody. So let me know what you guys think about this video. You got interesting videos and photos to send me, DM me, y'all.
These skies are getting pretty weird. It be times where I'll look up and be like, I don't remember seeing the sky that color.
So they just found life on a different planet, billions of light years away. What do that mean for us? They found these city lights using the James Webb Telescope. James Webb? I can't believe people are still listening to Nazis. I mean NASA. I hope you understand what's really going on. I want people to understand that Nazi and NASA is the same thing. They use the James Webb Telescope to find these. The name James Webb means everything. They're trying to tell you that we are caught in a spider web. James Webb, spider web. It's so easy to figure this stuff out. We are caught in the spider web because we don't understand what's going on. It's the same thing when it comes to the internet. We have the spider web, James Webb, the net, and the internet. They court our souls. Oh, you mean to tell me they could use telescopes and find life billions of years away, but they can't find missing children? Once you understand what city, circuit, lights mean, you would get a better understanding of what's going on. Check out the ebook. I explain everything in there. But now everyone is afraid because they think these UFOs from these hidden worlds is about to come and take over this planet. But they don't really want to tell you is these are not really UFOs coming from a different world. These are UFOs coming from a so-called different timeline. Most of the UFOs you see is just you coming from the future. They don't want to tell you that part because they don't want you to think that we are much greater than what they told us we really were. Most of the UFOs we see are coming back to check up on us because they know that we're going to destroy our timeline. If we destroy this timeline, we destroy our future stuff. That's what it means when people say I'm in contact with my higher stuff. There is a higher version of you that did all this before. So the question is, why are we doing it all over again if we did it before? That's because we got caught in the spider web or James Webb. And we are stuck in this one moment thinking about the past and the future. Every time you think about the past and the future, you are putting yourself in some kind of life review program.
Let's take a break with all conspiracies with more conspiracy. What is up with the storms lately? Do they not seem really weird? Demonic even? This is Florida from a few days ago and it's literally glitching outside. Look, it's glitching. And if you think this is weird, just wait until it gets green. What was that? Is this normal? I don't think so. In the comments I saw that people said that there were shadow people in front of the trees. My goodness, what is going on? It's literally green lightning. Like, go back and look for the shadow people. Let me know if you find them.
This is security cam video of some kind of entity. I have another view of the same thing. Look at how the dogs react to this thing floating over their heads. Here's the view from the second camera. You really can't see much, but it shows that it's actually there floating over the dogs. And here's the extended version of this entity with the dogs reacting. They see it, they're looking right at it. They're like, why is this thing flying over us? But it's kind of freaking them out because they don't chase it across the street, and it's going across the street. You can see it goes slow, takes its time. It's kind of translucent too. You can kind of see through this thing. What the heck is that? What is that? That's not a bird, I'll tell you that. It's an entity, baby. I am telling you, strange stuff is popping up in our world every day. Whether it's a UFO, some kind of creature, a ghost, or something we haven't even heard of yet. Those dogs reacted to it, and they didn't follow it because they knew it's freaky, baby. What do you think of this video and this weird entity crossing the street? Let me know in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo!